my government has announced that India will put an end to single-use plastic in the coming years.
On June 5, 2018, to mark World Environment Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that India would phase out single-use plastics by 2022. 3 years later, on August 12, 2021, a ban on identified single-use plastic items was notified by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change via the Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rules 2021. It came into force on July 1, 2022. And now, a recent study published in the journal Nature has sent shockwaves across the world. India has emerged as the largest contributor to plastic pollution globally, generating a staggering 9.3 million tons of plastic waste annually. This finding comes amid ongoing international treaty negotiations aimed at combating plastic pollution. India burns roughly 5.8 million tons of plastic each year and releases another 3.5 million tons of plastics into the environment as debris. Cumulatively, India contributes to 9.3 million tons of plastic pollution in the world annually, significantly more than the countries next in this list, with Nigeria, Indonesia, and China, and exceeding previous estimates. The study defines unmanaged waste as plastic that is either dumped or burned in uncontrolled environments. This waste releases harmful pollutants like carbon monoxide and fine particulates into the air, which can lead to heart disease, respiratory problems, and even cancer. The remaining plastic finds its way into oceans, rivers, and even remote locations like the peak of Mount Everest and the depths of the Mariana Trench, polluting ecosystems and threatening biodiversity. Of the unmanaged waste, roughly 43% or 22.2 million tons is the form of unburned debris, and the rest, some 29.9 million tons, is burned either in dump sites or locally. One of the most striking findings of the study is a divide between the global north and south. While high-income countries in the global north produce more plastic per capita, they manage their waste better, collecting nearly 100% of it. In contrast, countries in Southern Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, and Southeast Asia are responsible for about 69% of global plastic pollution, largely due to inadequate waste management infrastructure. In India and many other countries in the global south, burning plastic in open, uncontrolled fires is common. This not only releases toxic gases but also contributes to air pollution, a major health risk. In sub-Saharan Africa, uncollected debris is a more significant part of the pollution problem. The lack of formal waste management systems means that open burning becomes the default option for waste disposal, further exacerbating environmental degradation and health issues. The study comes as treaty negotiations for the very first legally binding international treaty on plastics pollution are ongoing. In 2022, the UN Environmental Assembly agreed to develop such a treaty, which experts say might be the most important environmental accord since the Paris Agreement on Climate Change in 2015, by the end of 2024. However, consensus on what it should entail has been hard to come by. As the world works towards the first ever legally binding international treaty on plastic pollution, this new study has sparked debate. Environmental groups argue that focusing too much on managing plastic waste diverts attention from the real issue, reducing plastic production at the source. As the global community continues to debate solutions, one thing is clear: addressing the plastic crisis will require collective efforts, from reducing production to improving waste management. Whether through international treaties or local initiatives, the fight against plastic pollution is far from over.